Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of September 27th through October 4th. And during that time, we have several moon phases. We'll be moving from the waxing crescent to the first quarter on the 30th and then into the waxing gibbous energy. So those waxing energies are a really good time to buckle down, concentrate, get to work on things that you've just started in the new cycle with the new moon, and to kind of, make adjustments and be flexible, that sort of thing. That one day of the first quarter, that energy is a little bit more, it's just a little bit more impulsive, impatient, maybe a little bit active. You might not be able to focus or concentrate or maybe sleep. It's kind of like, to me, it reminds me of the full moon energy, just in a smaller dose. So please keep that in mind as we move through the week and work with that moon energy accordingly. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Capricorn. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is to balance spirituality and practicality. Not bad advice ever. As I'm shuffling, I would like to remind you, my weekly reminder this week is that you keep a spiritual journal. Sometimes we don't recognize the patterns that are evolving in our life when it comes to our spiritual experiences, things that we're learning along the way, things that we're trying to apply in our own life. So keeping a little journal of those things that you learn, maybe synchronicities that you have, or could be, you might journal about a sermon that you heard or a lecture or a book that you're reading, just anything that you're learning. It's just kind of a good way to compile that information and be able to go back later and see if you're applying those things, kind of check yourself a little bit, but just a really good tool to have it in your own spiritual evolution. So that is my fun weekly reminder for the week, Capricorn. All right, without further ado, let's get into this reading, September 27th through October 4th. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Your overall energy this week is the Four of Wands, which is definitely party time, party mode. So that's your current energy. Whatever you've just been going through, it looks like you're ready to celebrate. For some of you, you may be planning a wedding, having a wedding, attending a wedding. For some of you, this could be your anniversary that's coming up for you that you're celebrating. But sometimes this is a couplehood celebration. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just a party for a whole other reason. But it is kind of cutting loose, relaxing and enjoying things. So you either have this coming up this week, or maybe you're planning something of that nature this week. Your current situation is the Sun, so of course you're in a really happy mood. Whatever is going on seems to be a happy thing. Again, tarot is a template. For some of you, it's your wedding week. For some of you, it's an anniversary week. For some of you, you're planning a party for some accomplishment that one of your children has done. It's just a fun week for celebration, which is awesome. Looks like you're in a great mood for it. At the root of your situation is the Strength card. So feeling very strong on the inside, both inner and outer strength. So that's great. I love the coloring of your reading so far. I love to look at the colors when all the cards are laid on the table, and just look at all the bright and yellow. So I really love this for you, Capricorn. Good times. What is just behind you here? Well, it looks like perfect timing, because you are coming out of an area of kind of some grief and some sadness, and this has definitely perked you up a little bit. Even sadness, though, there's some yellow on the bottom of this card. You have to remember these two cups that are behind you, but it looks like you're coming out of kind of a little bit of a darker time, and you needed this little jolt of energy. Whatever this is that's energizing you, this celebration, the sun, this beautiful thing that's going on for you this week. So I love this for you. What is on your mind this week is feeling a little bit like you against the world for some reason. Maybe there's other people around you that aren't quite as into the party mode as you are, and you're trying to pull them along, like, hey, let's go. So there is some aspect of feeling you against the world this week. So pay attention to that, whatever that is, and maybe pay attention to it for this long and then let it go. Sometimes that feeling comes up, and it's less you against the world than you think. You might just be kind of overthinking things, if that makes sense. What is just ahead of you this week is the King of Cups. So this is you regaining that emotional composure. This is you having knowledge of not only yourself and how you compose yourself on an emotional level, but also the people around you. So again, whatever this feeling you against the world, it may be just something that you're picking up from someone else. And don't let it ruin your good fun mood, because it looks like, why would you want to ruin the sun, right? Just go ahead and let that light pour through you, and don't focus on negative things too much. In your advice position, is kind of feeling like, so this card is the kind of feeling like an outsider. And if this tells me in your advice position that if you see someone like this, to pull them in so that they don't. This is to, to make people feel comfortable, to not to, so that they know that they're not an outsider if they're feeling that. I just really feel like, as an observer, and especially in the sunny place where you are, you know what it likes to feel sad and out of place. You're going to pull people in and say, oh, not today, not today are we doing that, right? And maybe that's a little bit of this you against the world, is you want to pull those people up to this positive place where you are, get in this fun energy for a little bit. Don't be a party pooper, don't feel like an outsider. But sometimes that's just making people comfortable and trying to include them as well. What is beyond your control this week is the Knight of Pentacles. So you will be taking some sort of action in the material realm. This could be in the form of gift giving. If this is a party that you're planning, of course, that is a gift to give someone a party, but you may be planning a wedding gift for someone, or anniversary gift for your spouse, so there is some sort of gift giving. It's beyond your control this week to take some sort of action in the material realm there. All right. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid? Lots of giving, more giving here. So are you in giving mode? It could be, or are you in receiving mode? I mean, I just see this again as the pentacles in the giving and the receiving also. If it's, if this is something, if you're being celebrated, be happy to receive also. That's just as important as giving, but it looks like, this is a balanced thing. So this is either your secret desire or what you're trying to avoid. I feel like, is your secret desire to give and receive? I really hope so. I hope you're not trying to avoid that this week because of all the other things that are coming up. Lots of pentacles there, lots of material things that looks like taking place and changing hands. In your outcome position is the Ace of Pentacles. So this could be, this is maybe a new financial thing that comes in. And I do feel like, again, maybe there is some gift that comes to you somehow. Again, if you're getting married, obviously, lots of people like to give money at weddings. That's awesome. But I feel like that there is some sort of financial gain. There's some sort of and material gain. There's some sort of giving and gift giving and something that goes on, and that's awesome. That's lovely. That's fun and celebratory. And of course, if you're in giving mode, give from your heart, to give as much as you can. Really enjoy that feeling of giving. And if you're in receiving mode, just, thank yous all around. What is hidden from you this week, Capricorn? Is the Temperance card. That's very interesting because of this overall card, which is balanced spirituality and practicality. And this is hidden from you. And this to me is that card. That's the card that really embodies this balancing spirituality and practicality. So make sure, as you're planning things, as you're celebrating, as you're giving, that you are balancing, you're being practical, and you're doing it out of the right spirit, right? You're doing it from, the place where the way that you are aligned spiritually. What does that mean to you when it comes to giving and when it comes to celebrations, and make sure that you're just balancing that and being very smart about it. So I love this, Capricorn. I mean, I don't think I don't have any Capricorns in my life at the moment, but I don't think. If I do, correct me. If someone out there is listening is like, hey, I'm a Capricorn. I try to remember everyone's signs around me, but it's not always easy. Okay, this card that wants to come out, which we will take, we'll get another one too, is Trust the Divine Plan. I love that. Let's get another one since we're still shuffling. But yeah, if I don't think I know a Capricorn. I'm really having to rack my brain to think if I do. Uh, if I did, I'd want to be around him this week, because it seems like you guys are going to be a lot of fun and very giving. And I love that. That sounds like a good time. All right. Another card here for you from this deck. Don't push the envelope. Don't push the envelope. And maybe that's here where you're kind of pulling people along. Don't be too pushy about it, but definitely make sure people feel like they're included. Sometimes that's Um, Easier said than done, but do what you can. Don't push it too hard, but do what you can. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care, Capricorn. Self-care for Capricorn for this week, as it looks like they're having a great time. The card that you get this week is the card called Love. Look at that cool art on there. Love people. Love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. All right. I think you can do that, Capricorn. I think you're going to have a great week, and I love that. Again, give from your heart. Make sure that you are trying to balance that spirituality and practicality. Don't go out of your way. Don't drain your bank account. Be practical about it, but definitely do it from the heart. So I really love this, Capricorn. I wish you the best of luck with it. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a message down below in the comments. Let me know, what are you celebrating this week? What's going on in your life that's making you so happy and just full of light and energy? Because I really think that's awesome. Also, if you like my reading style, please come back next week, or hit like and subscribe so you can find me next week, is really what the important thing is. But it really helps my channel, but it will help you find me next week, Capricorn. And we can see where this energy goes and see what's on the docket for you next week. So thanks so much, Capricorn. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.